Hi guys, I'm currently in the Rockfield Centre in Oban and we have very kindly been donated a video magnifier. It's an Optilec Clearview 1 and it's been donated very kindly by Vanessa Jameson and her family, so I want to say a big thank you to Vanessa and all her family and to the Rockfield Centre for housing it here. This video magnifier is for anyone who's got low vision. If you're partially sighted, for example, it's very good for magnifying items on the screen. Currently I've got a document under here, it's a standard A4 document, and it's brought up on the screen nice and bright in the centre. There's a few controls, very simple. At the bottom you've got a big dial, and if you quite simply turn it left to right, or clockwise I should say, it will zoom in, and obviously going anti-clockwise, it will zoom out. And because the page is on a movable shelf underneath, you can move it left, right, up and down as well as to see fit. So something like the Oban Times is probably too big to fit under here, so you can fit it under there, no problem at all if you do that as well. If you don't want it to move too far, if you feel it underneath the tray here, there's a wee button, and you can hear it, that locks the tray in place. So if you get to a point where you want to read something, you don't want the tray to move, you can lock it. And again, just press the button again, and you will hear it, and it will unlock as well, no problem at all. Okay, next up, and there, I'm just going to lock that so it's roughly in place. Now next up, there's a big centre button in between the dial that you turn for the zoom. And the centre button here will hopefully change the colour and contrast to an invert of what you've got. So if you've got a white page with black writing, if that's too glary, certainly when I was partially sighted, I found it far too much glare. So if you press it, the centre button, you can get a darker version.
Yes.
And then one more time, and that should be an invert.
Inverted.
So you get the white writing on the black background. Now, there's various other different colours you can use as well, and again, you can move it about in this mode as well. All works exactly the same way. And whilst in that mode as well, turn the dial clockwise again, zoom in and zoom out. Very clever. Now, if I press it one more time, hopefully we should go back to the normal.
It could, I think that's just slightly not as bright as it could be.
Okay, one more to normal.
That's it.
There we go, that's more like it. And then we've got there's three buttons to the right hand side here. Now the left button is to make it slightly darker. If you hold that in.
Just lift your hands up, Maggie. That's it. Now put them back down. That's it.
And the button on the right hand side, in the middle, sorry, is to make it brighter. And again, you can adjust these to see, as you see fit, how you want to make it brighter or darker, anyway, to make it easier for you. And the button on the right hand side of the three, if you press this once, it brings up a red dot in the middle underneath. So underneath the camera on the page in the centre, if you want to do something like writing or something specific or sewing, you can see
button on.
You can see where the centre is by pressing the right button, and you press it again and it goes off.
It does.
Okay, that's fine. Before I start moving the other colours, there are other things you can put underneath as well, such as I've brought a photo here, and I'll see if I can get this up the right way, which is that away, I hope.
Correct.
Hopefully that's roughly where it should be. So I've heard stories of other people who are visually impaired using it to view their photographs that maybe their vision isn't high enough to see anymore. So you can see these photographs. Anything you can think of, you can put under a camera. This screen will magnify it for you. Things such as sewing, knitting. I've even heard of people cutting their nails under these things. So anything like that is very easy to use. Now, one other trick I want to show very quickly is depending on how your vision is, different colours are easier to see for different people. So a wee trick you can do is change the colour from black and white to various other colours as well. So if you hold in the centre button and the button on the right hand side, we should be able to get it to go to a different, all kind of different colours. So hold in the centre one, hold the one on the right.
It's yellow.
That's yellow, that's a good start. And I'll let Jenny shout out what colour each one is.
Green. Yellow with blue. White with blue. That's actually orange with black. It's not very clear on the photograph. We can do it on the other thing later. Red with black. Purple with black. White with black.
I should maybe have done that with the paper underneath, so no problem. I'll just bring the paper back up and
That's
put
good.
it roughly centred, and I'll just do that one more time whilst you can see the difference with the text as opposed to the photograph. So if I hit this again,
that's yellow with black, green with black, yellow with blue, white with blue, orange with black, red with black, purple with black, back to white with black.
and back to the very start again. Like I say, this machine is here in the Rockfield Centre. Thanks again for them for holding it for us. The office is going to be open at the moment, Monday to Friday, to be able to use this between 11 and 1 guaranteed. Other times out with this are possible, but it depends if there's somebody here. So if you give a wee call in advance first, then they'll be able to let you know if you can get in outside these times. But at the moment, between 11 and 1, Monday to Friday, this is here. And also for any of I know that Rockfield Centre do things like sewing classes, for example. So if you know somebody who's maybe visually impaired and wants to do that kind of thing, you can use it for that as well. And I believe that is everything. So if you want to come down to the Rockfield Centre, feel free to come and use this as you can. And as the centre develops, it's going to be placed up in the big building, I do believe. So access to it will be easier. And I just want to say thanks again to Vanessa Jameson and her family for donating it. It's a fantastic piece of equipment for someone who's visually impaired, and the Oban Blind Vision Group are very happy to her and her family for giving it to us.